ranking the top 12 riders in the world from worst to best. Denny Stevenson or Debo360 posted his top 12. So today I'm going to go through this list and see if I agree or disagree with it. And I can already see I would change a few different spots. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Before we get into the top 12, I have a couple honorable mentions, Justin Cooper and Tom Vial. For me personally, I think Justin Cooper could crack this top 12 list next year. He was a rookie this year on the 450. He finished 4th overall in the championship, occasionally got onto the podiums. He led some races, and I think he's only going to get better next year. So be on the lookout for Justin Cooper. And then Tom Vial, I can see where you can say maybe he is like top 12. For me personally, I just kind of expected more from Tom Vial. He only won one race all summer, and that was the last race of the year. I expected him to win like at least 3 to 4 races, but it just never happened. I think if he did win 3 or 4, he would be top 12, but for me personally, he's right on the outside looking in at 13th, but that's just honestly me. So for number 12, I don't agree with Tom Vial. I actually have Aaron Plessinger. I think AP definitely deserves to be in this top 12 list. He rode very good this year, finished 3rd overall in the championship. Very, very consistent, battled with Hunter, battled with Sexton, and I think personally he solidified himself as a top 12. So that's why I think AP goes number 12. I agree with Lucas Coonan here. Lucas Coonan definitely has the speed. Surprised the hell out of me at Motocross of Nations, man. He was battling with some of the best 450 guys in the world. In that moto number 1. But if he can figure out those like fluke races where he gets like a 7th there or like an 8th, like he can win a championship. Instead of a 7th, maybe gets a top 3. That's championship, right? So if he can figure that out, he goes up on this leaderboard 100%. And then for 10, 9 and 10, I think these are interchangeable. Okay. I personally would put Deegan at 9 and then Kyle Wolf at 10. But I guess you can kind of say since Kyle Wolf went to Motocross of Nations and won that MX2 title, you can put him above Deegan. But I don't know, man. Deegan was on rails this summer, man. He had 2 races outside of top 3, and it was a 4th and 5th. That's it. Every other like race was a podium or a win, basically. It was incredible. I do know that Kyle Wolf's season is much longer. It's much, much longer. So, I mean, Kyle Wolf also rode very consistent. He only had 1 race outside of the top 5, and it was a 7th place all summer. So, I don't know. I would personally put Deegan at 9 and then Kyle Wolf at 10. But, like I said, these are interchangeable. I agree with Fevra at 8. He got hurt during the summer. He was out for like a month and a half, I believe, from like June 2nd to 21st. He missed all those races in between. And then he came back and was like top 5. And actually before the injury, he was like top 3, if I'm not mistaken. He was riding so well before the injury. If he doesn't get hurt, he's in the mix with Hurlings, Geyser, and Prado for that championship. Does he win it? I don't know, right? Anything can happen, just like that injury, right? But he was riding so good. So I actually really do like that 8th overall like ranking. And then for 7, I do agree with Hunter at 7. Hunter surprised the hell out of me this year, man. Supercross, Motocross. I know we're only really talking about Motocross, but even in Supercross and SMX, he surprised the hell out of me. He had the red plate in Motocross for, I think, like 4 or 5 rounds, I think, something like that. He rode exceptionally well. He rode exceptionally well at Motocross of Nations, too, capturing that Australia's first ever win. He didn't win a race. Technically, he won races, but he didn't win an overall this summer. But he definitely solidified himself as a top 3 guy in pro motocross. All right. Right. Or I guess top 4 with Tomac, Chase, and Jet. But yeah, I kind of agree with him right above Fevra. But I can also see these guys being interchangeable. Maybe put Fevra up above Hunter and then Hunter 1 down below. So I can see interchangeable, but I do agree with 7, 8 there. And then now this is where I kind of change things up, right? He has Hurlings at 6, and I don't know if I put Hurling 6. Hurlings was amazing this summer, or I guess year. I keep saying summer because pro motocross, but Hurlings was amazing in the MXGP series. He won 4 races, very consistent, had a couple fluke races in there, but he rode amazing, right? I don't know if he goes behind Tomac, who hasn't raced all summer. Yeah, we just watched Motocross of Nations, and Tomac did his thing, right? We watched him at Budds Creek and Ironman. He did his thing, but I don't know. I think if you're just thinking about performance from this year alone, I think you put Hurlings at number 5, and you put Tomac at 6, just based off performance from this year. And I feel like that injury has to come into a play here for Tomac, right? He missed all summer. Now, if he raced all summer, most definitely put him up way higher, right? He probably like 1 or 2, right? But for me, just based off performance and injury, I think you got to put Hurlings above Tomac. So I think Tomac goes at number 6, and then Hurlings at number 5. That's what I would do. And then it comes down to the top 4 here. And now Tomac here right at 4, I would change that, like, right? Because I have Tomac at 6, Hurlings at 5, and I'm going Geyser at number 4. Yes, we just watched him put on an impressive performance at Motocross of Nations, going 1-1 in the GP class. But if you look at the whole year as a whole, he only won 4 races this year. That's not that much compared to, say, Prado, who won a bunch, and Hurlings also won 4, right? I guess Geyser was just more consistent, placing way better, didn't have those fluke races. But I don't know how you would put Geyser ahead of Sexton, who had an incredible summer. So for me personally, I would put Geyser at number 4, and then Chase Sexton at number 3. Chase Sexton won what? I feel like so many rounds of pro motocross. I think it was like 6, I think it was, maybe 7 rounds of motocross. He went on a huge streak. Not the 22-0 by Jet, but it was like 7 races in a row, not even half. But I think Sexton, for performance-wise, did better this year than Geyser. Now, do you put Geyser ahead of Sexton at 3 instead of 4 because he went out and won Motocross of Nations? I don't know. If Sexton goes to Motocross of Nations, does Sexton beat him? A lot of people are saying no. I personally believe that he would, because I think personally Sexton is right there with Jet, because we watched him battle all summer, or like the first 5 rounds, I guess. And last year we watched like Jet and Chase battle all summer, so we know that Chase has that speed. And so I don't know. I guess you can say that Geyser at 3, Sexton at 4, but for me, I go Geyser 4, Sexton 3. For 1 and 2, I do agree with Jet. Prado won 2. And I didn't know this, but Prado won 11 rounds of MXGP this year. That's incredible. Yeah, that's insane. But for Jet number 1, I think everybody can agree that he is the best guy in the world. And maybe Team Geyser fans want to say otherwise because of that last lap pass. But I would love to see what Prado can do in the US next year. He's going to be on Kawasaki though, so it's going to be a new bike. He's going to have to learn all new tracks. I do think he's going to struggle a little bit that first year, but that second year, he better watch out, man. He's going to be battling for wins with Jet, with Chase. Man, I'm so excited to see Prado next year, especially on a Kawasaki, because I feel like he's been under that, like that gas KTM intent forever, right? So very excited about that, but I think this list is pretty solid. I can't even lie. A couple interchangeable positions like Deegan and Kyle Wolf, Hurlings, up to Geyser. I think those are all like interchangeable a little bit. Also, I saw on Twitter that Pulp MX said they're trying to work with FIM and AMA to do a little collab with MXGP and Pro Motocross for a couple rounds. That would be awesome. All right. We definitely need that every year. A little crossover event. That would be so sick, man. Can you imagine that MXGP and open class that we got at Nations every single year, just like 2 rounds? Like, although it's only 2 rounds, can you imagine that? It would be so freaking sick. It would be so sick, man. So hopefully that works out, and hopefully we see that in the future. But overall, I think this ranking is like really, really good. I would change a couple things, but overall, I think you hit it right on the head. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for all the love on all of the videos that we've been posting recently, man. You guys are going insane. So thank you guys very, very much. And we will catch you guys back here in maybe a podcast tomorrow and then a predictions on Friday for the Australian Supercross. So be on the lookout for that. Much love, guys, and I'm out. Peace.